Hi there, this is Rodney from Coins, Currency, and Collectibles. I'm doing my second video today. I have a customer that comes in here weekly. His name's Zach. I've been actually friends with him for years. He's in here looking at some Morgan silver dollars. I said to him, hey, do you mind if I interview you for this video? Tell us what you collect and information about maybe your channel as well, and let the customers see what you're doing and get your insights of the silver industry, the coin industry. So he said, sure, I had no problems. You videotape me, so I got his approval already. And so I'm gonna turn this camera around, walk to where he's looking at some Morgan silver dollars, and then ask him a few questions just so you can get a feel of our customers in the store and the kind of people that we get in the store from all walks of life. And so please enjoy this video, just relax, and let's have some fun with this video. So here I go. By the way, this is our we sell candies in the front of the coin shop before you get to the coins. So I just want to show you that, and little toys for kids and things like that. So kites here for the springtime coming up at the bottom there. So let me go ahead and let's walk around in the store. And let me show you. There goes Zach right there. So I want to come around here.
Yeah, Antonio said something about
That's Brandon, a good customer of ours right there.
That's ones that he bought from me. And they were.
Hey Zach, how you doing today, buddy?
Rodney, how you doing, sir?
Doing good. What are you looking at today? You told me a brief. You're looking at some Morgan silver dollars.
Morgans are kind of my obsession, but I'm finding a bunch of Denvers today, and I actually don't have a Denver yet.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to probably leave here with. I'm on a light day today. I haven't gotten a good load of scrap out this week, so I'll probably leave with just one Morgan. And
That's an interesting thing that you were telling me about. Say that to our viewers, like how somebody's low budget, they don't have a lot of money to buy silver, and you really thought outside the box to get money somehow, and you get that money and you turn it around and you buy silver. Tell us what you do and how you get money for silver for your coins, if you don't mind.
yeah, so we live in a consumerist throwaway society, and we throw away all kinds of stuff that has value in it, especially metals and electronics, and so when I move around throughout my day, and I have a little bit more access to this than most people, but almost everyone would have some access to this. I just snag anything I find that has copper on it, wires, metal, aluminum, anything, and I just snag it and I throw it in the back of the truck, and probably once every other week I take it up to the scrap yard, and of course I sort it and I'll clean the stuff that needs cleaning, and I'll usually every 2 weeks or so I'll get anywhere from $60 to $100+, maybe
Wow.
150 on it depends on if I have a really good week, and then of course I just come straight up here, and all that money I'll put straight into my silver.
Wow.
And I've been doing this for about 1.5 years, and I've gotten about 160 ounces that way.
Interesting. That's
Yeah.
something I would never thought of, how to get money for silver. And some people can cut grass, young kids, and earn money for silver, but you actually get scrap and turn scrap into precious metals.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, it's
that's-
literally alchemy.
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes I literally turn lead into gold.
Wow, interesting. And I want to see what you got here. You're going through this Morgan silver dollars.
Yes, my obsessions morph from time to time, but pretty consistently I'm really into the Morgans.
Good.
I think they're an excellent.
Yes.
They're 3/4 of an ounce of silver, or a little bit more, but let's just say 3/4 for
Yeah.
argument's sake. And they're a little bit higher than you would pay for a straight ounce, but they're 100+ years old. They're not making any more of them. There's a scarcity.
Amen.
And going forward, they're just going to get scarcer and scarcer and scarcer.
Right.
So I really like Morgans, and I like peace dollars too for that. But that's probably even farther, because there's just more of them, and they never got circulated, and they're not quite as old. But I really like the silver dollars. I try to split between bullion and constitutional, but I do skew a little bit more constitutional just for that scarcity value. They can mint as many buffalo rounds as they want, you know?
Yeah.
There's no more of these getting made. So I really do like the Morgans.
Very true.
And they're just a pretty coin, and like I said, they're 100 years old, and
Yes.
they're easy to understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, do you plan on branching out to go to other coins? You're going to pretty much stay with the larger coins. Do you like dimes?
No, well, so here's what I like to do. So I come in with that, let's just say I get, you know, let's say I get $55 one week off of scrap.
Okay.
You know, so I would come in and either get a round or a Morgan, and that's going to leave me all, you know, over some change. You know, not enough for another round or Morgan, but more than I'm just gonna. So then I'll go over to the Constitutional and you know, dimes and quarters, and I don't do 50-cent pieces as much. I don't know why, but I really like dimes and quarters. I really like sovereigns, you know, the Arcs, the Britannias. I refuse to buy Canadian Maple Leafs, but that's just because I think Canada is a stupid place. I like most Canadians, you know, the ones that live in between the cities, but Canada itself is a stupid place.
Yeah.
I really like the Cougarans and the Philharmonics and all that.
Now, how long you been collecting now?
Only about a year and a half.
Only about a year and a half. And how many ounces did you say you have in a year and a half?
About 162.
Wow, 162 ounces of silver.
Yeah.
Wow, that's and you got that mostly from selling scrap metal.
Mostly, yeah. So,
Wow,
yeah, I haven't taken any money out of the family budget.
good.
That's sort of
that's
my-
interesting.
Yeah. Now, you know, like my mom gives me birthday money because I'm a child. So obviously I'll come up with my birthday money and buy myself. So it's not all scrap, but a
Yes.
lot of it
Interesting.
has been from the scrap metal.
Interesting.
And like I said, I've got slightly better access to that just because I'm in the service industry and I go to houses, and these are rental houses that I service. And so the workmen don't always clean up after themselves that well. And of course, I'm driving around neighborhoods, so I'll find, you know, washers and dryers on the side of the road. I love it when I find plumbing stuff on the side of the road, because lots of times there'll be brass in that, and
Wow.
brass is valuable and it's heavy.
Wow,
So I just snag all that stuff, and you know.
interesting.
And I've learned which copper is worth stripping and which copper you just sell as is, and it really doesn't take a whole lot of time for me to.
Wow. Now, I understand you have your own YouTube channel. I'm just finding out. What's that all about? Let me give you a little plug for your video. What's the name of your channel?
So my channel is the Revolting Man. We're a little channel. We've got about 19,000 subscribers.
Wow.
We focus a lot on. It's really a man channel. It's really focused on men being free. But
Okay.
you can't talk to men that way. You've got to talk to men sideways, you know.
Yeah.
So we talk a lot about guns and knives and axes and homesteading and prepping and.
Wow.
I've started doing a little bit of silver stuff here lately, even though I am not qualified to actually talk about silver. I do anyway because, you know, I love the sound of my own voice.
Well, Zach, we want to thank you for coming in and sharing your thoughts with us and thinking outside the box and actually telling our viewers new ways of gathering funds to turn scrap into precious metals. I mean, that's just really an ingenious idea, and I just think that's the bomb, and that gives our viewers an extra idea, an extra way, an avenue to gather funds to buy precious metals, and that's just one of many that there are out there. But I really appreciate you sharing your information and what you do. Like I said, it's the Revolting Man.
Yes.
Revolting.
Can I say one more thing before we
Yes,
go?
yes, you can.
So a year and a half ago, I had zero savings. I was 47, had zero savings. Hadn't had savings for my entire life, literally. No investment, no nothing, no retirement thing. And in a year and a half of buying a little bit of silver a week, sometimes I've just bought a dime or two. I've never bought like just a dime, but I've come in here before and bought 6 dimes because that's just all I had, you know. And in a year and a half, I've built up 162 ounces worth of silver.
Wow.
And you know, especially with the price spikes right now and the spot and everything, for the first time in my life, I got money set aside.
Yes.
You know, I just kick myself every day that I didn't start when I was young.
Yes.
Putting
Yes.
aside an ounce a week.
Yes.
And I did the math the other day. I'd have like 1,500 ounces right now if I had just done an ounce a week since I was 20.
Wow.
And what? So it's at $27 an ounce today, right?
Yes.
So we're talking about, you know, $35,000 or so just sitting in silver if I'd bought an ounce a week.
Wow.
And of course back then, what, it was $5-7 an ounce, you know? There was $11 an ounce. There was times when you could have really stacked some silver.
Yes. Yes.
So I just kicked myself, and I wish every young man would start putting aside an ounce
Amen.
of silver a week.
Today's actions will be tomorrow's memories, and you're going to look back and you're creating good memories now by buying something that's real. You're getting silver.
Yeah.
And I think we're always going to look back and say, I wish I would have bought more. But the thing is, you started.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to tell our viewers. Start somewhere. Even if you have to start off buying just a few silver dimes like you did.
Yes.
Start somewhere. And
Every 14 dimes is an ounce of silver.
yes.
You know, if you buy 4 or 5 dimes a week, because that's what you can afford,
Yes.
you're gonna end up with an ounce of silver in just
Yes.
a couple of
Amen
weeks.
to that.
And it never is not worth something. You know,
Yes.
it's never not worth something. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep talking.
No, go ahead, Zach.
So, you know, you got to pay a premium for your silver, right? If I bought one of these Morgans today and I had to sell it tomorrow and I lost my premium, I still would have, you know, the base value of the Morgan. Whereas if I don't buy this Morgan today, that money will be spent by tomorrow.
Yes.
You know, let's just make up a number. Let's say it's a $40 Morgan and I can only sell it for 30. These numbers have nothing to do with reality. I'm just pulling numbers out of thin air. And I could only sell it the next day for $35. I still get my $35 back. If I walked out of here with the $40 in my pocket, I'd have a 6-pack of beer, a couple of cigars, who knows, baby, it was a long week, let's go get a pizza, or my God, the roof's leaking, I need to go buy it. But something would happen, that money would get gone.
Yes.
And so even if I bought it for $40 today and sold it for $35 tomorrow, I still have the $35. So to me,
It's not a total loss.
as a
yeah.
blue collar guy who's always struggled with financial stuff and has never been able to get ahead, have never, you know, it's always been, well, I'll start investing, you know, next month when, you know, it never happens.
Yes.
Buy an ounce of silver a week, and
Yes.
it does, you know, and that money, you've still got that money. So
Well-
I am just convinced that, you know, they say silver is the poor man's wealth, and I just 100% agree.
Yes. Well,
100% agree.
thanks for allowing us to videotape you. Thanks for your insights, for sharing that with you. And we really do appreciate you. And
Thank you for letting me talk, Rodney. I
Oh,
love
you're
hearing this
welcome.
out of my own voice.
And for those of you who are interested in starting off with silver, you can call Bobby at 706-499-4833. Ask her how much her dimes are, quarters, half dollars, like Zach said. Start small, start somewhere, but as long as you start, you'll never regret the journey. So we just want to thank you all for stopping by. Make sure you check out the Revolting Man.
Yes.
And make sure that you give us a thumbs up, spread the video around, like, share, recommend, subscribe so you don't miss a future video. And once again, this is Rodney. Thank you again for stopping by. We love you guys, and may God bless.